One of the advantages President Obama has in the upcoming campaign is that the Republican Party is split between the Tea Party people and the traditional GOP supporters. And now Fox News analyst Margaret Hoover, author of the brand new book, American Individualism, How a New Generation of Conservatives Can Save the Republican Party. There's Hoover. She's going to save it. Right? You're going to save it, right?
We're going to save the Republican
if you read
Party
the book, okay.
by connecting to the next generation.
Forgive me if I am skeptical, because I don't think, based upon my reporting for the last 2 years, that Tea Party people are going to give at all in any of this debate. And if they don't, President Obama will win re-election.
Well, what my book is about connecting to the next generation. The next generation.
There's a lot of young Tea Party people.
No, they're not, actually. They're 55 and older. That's the majority demographic. The next generation is 30 and under. They voted 2-1 for Barack Obama. They are 80 million strong, and their partisan identification solidifies after 3 presidential election cycles. They voted for John Kerry. They voted for Barack Obama. If we don't make inroads in the next 16 months,
are general
we're going to
voters,
lose
right?
the next
These
generation.
You're talking about all voters, not just Republicans. So you think you have to woo the younger people. Now, you're not a Tea Party person, correct?
I think the Tea Party has brought enormous strength to the Republican Party, and I absolutely support its fiscal responsibility message, yes.
Okay, so you like that they're very adamant about balancing the budget, about living within the government means.
About permanently cutting spending and growing the economy.
But when you have a platform like that, and you don't compromise at all, which Michelle Bachmann said she absolutely wouldn't vote for the rising of the debt ceiling no matter what.
Okay.
But when you have that, then the majority of people that you're talking about, the 80 million voters, potential voters under the age of 30, and independent voters of any age, they get frightened away.
You're exactly right, and that's one of the things about this generation. Their politics is pragmatic, not ideological. And so when they see, exactly as you say, Michelle Bachmann and these new freshmen who are buckling down and they're harboring purism over any sort of pragmatism, that turns them off.
But they're not. Why would Michelle Bachmann, who has now catapulted herself into national prominence by a very simple message, fiscal responsibility, why would she compromise? Why?
Well, it's more everybody, all Republicans want fiscal responsibility, and here's what Republicans need to keep their eye on the ball. The only reason we're having debt and deficit debates at all in Washington is because Republicans came to town. If this had been Barack Obama and the Democratic Congress, we wouldn't even be having these conversations.
But we never heard any Republican beef when George W. Bush raised the debt, doubled the debt.
Yes, we did. Why do you think that we got kicked out of town in 2006? That was a huge part of the reason.
Who got kicked out of town?
Republicans. Nancy Pelosi came to town, and she started running the Congress in 2006 because Republicans lost the Congress.
Okay, but what I'm saying was when President Bush was in office, and I understand why he was spending, because he had to fight the war on terror. I think we made mistakes in Iraq and places like that, but that's hindsight, and it's not fair because I supported the Iraq war. But anyway, while President Bush was in office, Republicans weren't screaming about the big debt.
He lost a huge amount of his conservative base, and there was a lot of rumblings under the
But we never heard it publicly.
But you know what? This isn't just about Republicans, and this isn't about Republicans being inconsistent about fiscal conservatism. The country, there is a mass movement, thanks to the Tea Party, that is a movement for fiscal conservatism that has energized Republicans in Washington. And just because the establishment and the Tea Party seem to not be seeing eye to eye in this very moment, at the end of the day, Republicans know that we do better when we're the circular
I don't know at the end
firing
of the
squad
day,
in.
Hoover.
And I think they're going to reach a deal. I think they're going to reach a deal, and I think the country is going to cut spending, and the economy is going to start growing because of the Republicans that came to town.
But you have to take into account that the polls now say, and we showed at the top of the program, that the Democrats are winning the PR war.
You know what? Bully pulpit of the presidency is really tough to fight.
I know, but if President Obama is going to go in there and say, look, I'm winning the PR law, I'm going to be reelected, let the Republicans take the country over the cliff.
You know what Republicans need to do? Republicans need to start talking to the youth that elected Barack Obama, the youth that Reagan run by 20%. This is generational theft. These policies are stealing the fiscal future of the youth that elected Barack Obama.
But here's your problem, Hoover.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, you do. You support gay marriage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Traditional Republicans don't. They don't.
But a majority
You don't want Roe v. Wade revoked, right?
Nor do a majority of Americans,
Okay,
Bill.
but I'm telling you, the traditional core of the Republican Party opposes you on almost every social issue.
Let me tell you what the traditional core of the Republican Party wants this time. They want jobs, they want low gas prices, they want a national security scare.
That's
and that's
true
what they wanted
this
in
time.
2004, and that's what they wanted in 2008. And people like you who try to divide our party
people
on
like
social
me?
issues.
Is that what you just said?
That is not the way forward for the Republican Party. We need to be united.
Did you just say people like me?
Reagan said, my 80% ally is not my 20% enemy. And yes, people like you.
Oh, stop it. I'm
like
just telling you the truth, and you can't handle the truth.
You can't.
Who said that? You can't handle that truth.
I think I know the
truth. The book is American Individualism, and Hoover's going to win it. He's going to unite everybody. All right, Hoover, let me know when that happens. You can come right back in here.
Thanks, Bill.